Hello and welcome to Euclide Academy. This is Evans Mumba, and in this video, I want to share a few things with regard to GCE. And if you plan to write GCE probably the next year or so, then this video is for you. Mostly, I'll just be giving you advice on how you can be successful when it comes to write GCE, how you can pass or get that distinction that you want. So that is what I'll be going through in this video. So I'll be just giving you advice. So I've been tutoring and teaching people for some time now, for a number of years. And I've kind of seen the things that can make people pass and those things that can actually make people fail. And in this video, I want to share with you those things that can make you pass or can give you an advantage if you want to pass your GCE examinations. So if you plan to write GCE probably in the next year or in the coming years, then let's dive into this video together and actually discuss that. So I'm going to give you a number of tips and I'll go with tip number one. So tip number one is give yourself enough time. I've seen a lot of students, a lot of pupils don't give themselves enough time when they want to write GCE. And most of the times, the people who want to write GCE, they either have a job or they have something else going on in their life. They're not fully committed to school. So they're probably handling multiple things at the same time. Maybe might be the same thing with your case. Uh, if that's the situation, then you should know that GCE is not just a walkover. You can actually you have to spend some time on it to be able to get all the ideas. So the General Certificate of Education is equally the same as the ECZ Grade 12 Internal Candidate Exam. They're just the same. The only difference is the name. Otherwise, for the syllabus and all the questions, everything you write basically is just the same. The results that you get from writing GCE, you can use them as much as you can use the results that you get from the ECZ internal examinations. You can go to college, course, or apply for any job or position of your choice as long as you get good results. So GCE is worthwhile and you don't have to undermine it. So basically, you have to plan for it. And by plan for it, I say give it time. How much time? Just give it enough time, because I've seen a lot of mistake that students make is they don't give GCE enough time. They want to write the GCE exam maybe with 2 to 3 months of preparations, which is not enough and not really fair, because there's no difference between GCE and ECZ internal examination. The ECZ internal examination, they prepare students for a course of 3 years, whether it's biology, chemistry, science, or mathematics. They give you 3 years to cover the syllabus. So you equally have to cover the same syllabus within that time that you want as a GC candidate. So you are saying that you have to give yourself enough time here, because the syllabus that you'll be aiming for is actually was meant to be covered in a space of 3 years. So most people do not have 3 years. If you're going to write heavy subjects, for example, be it mathematics, biology, or science, my advice to you is that probably it should be your time that you should give yourself should be between 1 year and 3 years to prepare for that exam or those exams. And most importantly, if you'll be writing multiple subjects, that is, you'll be writing mathematics, you'll be writing biology, you'll be writing science, 4 or 5 or 6 subjects, you need to give yourself enough time. If you're fresh from school, like you did O level or grade 12 just a year ago or 2 years ago, definitely you have an advantage. You can just take up a number of subjects. But all you know, what I'm saying is the maximum amount of time, the minimum amount of time that you can give yourself is probably a year. So don't just say I know these things just because I was in school a year ago. I'll just study a few months before the GCE exam. That is a recipe for failure or disaster. So I've actually seen how most students fail because they don't give themselves enough time. So when it comes to GCE, time is really important, and you should give yourself enough time in order to write those examinations or give yourself an upper advantage. The other thing that I'll probably say, probably if you be writing one subject, a year is enough. 2 years is very good. 3 years is excellent time. Now, not everyone has got all that much time, but all you know, you have to make sure that you start preparing for the exam where there's still enough time, and you have to join tuition classes, find materials or anything like that. While there's enough time. So, which drives me to the second point, which is you have to get organized. Now, what do I mean by get organized? A lot of students they want to write GCE, but they're not organized. And what do I mean? They don't know what time they'll be attending classes. They don't know what time they'll be studying, or they don't know who's going to be teaching them. So you need to have all these questions answered before you even register for GCE. If you found a place where you can write GCE from the GCE exam, make sure that you have all these things in place before you even register. For example, I'm recording this video probably mid-year 2022. If you plan to write GCE the next year, 2023, this is the time to start. And as a matter of fact, you are even late. Okay, so you have to make sure before the people who are writing exams start writing the exams, you start preparing for GCE right now. The problem is people want to start preparing for GCE after January, that is February, March, which is already too late because you just have a few months of learning before the exam. Because GCE examinations are mostly start in July, then August they're done. So probably you have less than 6 months if you start preparing in January or February. So the time to prepare for GCE for next year probably is now. That is the minimum amount of time. If you want to prepare for GCE starting in October, November, December, you're probably late. And if you start preparing in January, you're probably too late. Because why I'm saying this, most of the students who start preparations in those times, they usually do not make it because they have other things going on in their lives. It could be a job, or it could be some other commitments, or business, or anything else. So they actually realize when it's too late that actually they don't have in as much time as they thought they had, and they didn't get organized. So get organized right now if you plan to write next year. So right now, look for someone who will be teaching you if you need a tutor or an online platform. And then you also have to plan yourself how many subjects are you going to write, and then how do you plan to take on those subjects or prepare yourself for those subjects. If it is the timetable, how would you plan to make a timetable? And my number one recommendation to students every time is you should have a study timetable, a personal study timetable. Have your own timetable so that you know when you have to study. For example, if you work, you knock off at 17:30, then you come home at 18 hours. You can say, okay, since I come home at 18 hours or 18:30, to 1930, let me say this is my time for me to solve mathematical questions for Brighton Mathematics. Or you can say probably 20 hours every Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Fridays, up to 21 hours. These are my days for studying. So an organized person will stick to that timetable. They'll have the timetable ready, and then they'll look for someone to be teaching them if they'll need help. So look at Euclide Academy, we have online tuitions available for you. So you can get whoever you're comfortable to teach you. You can sit down and then tell them how much you need to cover so that you plan. So if it's someone else, you know, you say, no, sir, I'm writing biology and my plan is to cover this topic by the time we are probably a month or so before the exam. That is very important. A month, 2 months before the exam is not the time for learning. It's time for revising. That's where students get it wrong. They want to learn weeks before the exam. That is probably too late. You have to learn months before the exam. That month, of writing the examination. It's time for revision, not time for learning. Time for learning is now if you plan to write GCE next year. So organize yourself, organize your schedule, find out who will be teaching you. If you have to join online tuitions, this is the time to join now. And we have online tuitions at Euclide Academy available. You have the number on your screen right now. You can WhatsApp us and WhatsApp us on that number, and we'll reply to you and give you all the details on how to register. So you can get whoever you like. Most tuition centers in the country right now have got a limited amount of period they can give you to learn a number of subjects. For example, biology is very bulky. So if you go to a learning tuition 3-4 months before so if you go to a learning tuition center or 3-4 months before the exam, it'll be very difficult for them to cover enough subjects for you because why you are late, you're too late. So if you don't organize, you don't change your mindset to a point whereby you are ready to learn, that is, which takes us back to point number one: give yourself enough time and also give the teacher enough time. If you go to the teacher to teach you all the subjects within 2 or 3 months, that's not going to happen because it's not possible. Most online tuitions or most tuition centers have got a limited number of periods they can give you for learning. At Euclide Academy, you have one advantage. If you join late, you're going to find the other lessons that we've done for you, so you can just go through before you catch up with others. And we have the videos, lessons ready for you. That is, if you join the Euclide Academy online tuitions. I don't know about others, but I think we handle things a little more different than others. So if you want to learn as much as you can, give yourself and your teacher enough time, or the one who will be teaching you, so that you learn as much as you can. So get organized. Find your schedule for studying. What time are you going to be doing classes? So if you don't know all answers to these questions, then the chances for you passing GCE will be difficult, because GCE is just the same as grade 12. And which brings us to the third and final point. I would say commitment and hard work. I wish I could tell you that probably it's going to be easy for you and GCE is just a walkover. Well, it isn't. It depends. It demands a lot of work as well. So you can see why our 2 points, first 2 points are important, because GCE is as difficult as other subjects. You have to work hard, you have to commit yourself, and even though it might seem like it's a walkover thing, you'll be stressed most of the time, and it will need a lot of commitment from you. So what is commitment? Commitment means sticking to the plan. Whatever comes, stay to the plan. So whatever video, whatever movie is on TV, you stick to the plan. If my plan is at 18:30 on Tuesdays I'm studying biology, then I should study biology. At 18 hours on Thursdays I'm studying mathematics, and I should do mathematics. So that is commitment and that is hard work. You stick to the plan. If you don't stick to the plan, you want to, let's say, there's TikTok, you go on TikTok on Facebook every day, and then at the same time you have GCE exam to work on, it won't work out. So you have to be disciplined and you have to be commitment. But again, I have to say, commitment and discipline are not punishment. It doesn't mean you have to punish yourself. You have to stop Facebook. You have to stop all social activities. No, that is wrong. You need these social activities in your life, but you also have to put priority or prioritize your work. So that is where hard work and commitment comes in. So if the teacher gives you an assignment, don't feel lazy. You work on it. If you have a quiz, study for it. Okay, if you have an assignment, do the assignment and submit. And we have all these activities for Euclide Academy, where we give lessons, quizzes, assignments to your students, and they submit. We mark them. So you have to be committed. Don't miss class, don't miss lessons, whether they're online or physical lessons. You have to attend each and every lesson. That is very important. So these are the important points I wanted to share with you. If you plan to write GCE, be next year or any other year, And these are the things you put in mind. And if you need extra tuitions or online tuitions, extra help, we have got the number available for you on your screen. You can WhatsApp us, and we have online tuitions, and we'll be able to go through the subjects that you want, and we'll make sure that we cover those subjects and give you the top-notch, very important details that will help you to pass your examinations and get that A plus or the distinction that you want, merit or whatever it is that you want. So get down, write goals. What do you want to achieve? This is the final point. I'll say at the end of it all is about what you want to get. Do you want to get a distinction? Do you want a merit, or just want a pass, or you want a credit? So you need to have that at the back of your mind. Whilst you commit and work hard, and you're giving yourself enough time, have that goal in your mind. Think about what you want to achieve. Do you want to get a distinction? Do you want a credit? If you have that thought on your mind each and every time, and instead of just Facebook and TikTok likes or followers, you will be surprised at how sharp your mind will be when it comes to learning or to that subject, because it's always on your mind. You know where you want to go. So have that goal in your mind, and you're definitely going to achieve it. So this is Evans Mumba from Euclide Academy, and I wish you all the best as you prepare for your GCE examinations, and probably give you all the best wishes that you get your desired results and the maximum marks possible, and you pass with flying colors. So this is Evans Mumba from Euclide Academy, and wishing you all the best in your future endeavors and in the examinations. So thank you for watching.